I would say it's a common misconception about your boy, Intern John, that I like beef. Now, I will preface by saying I'll get involved in something gladly if I feel like I have to. If it's like something with a friend or something with the show, absolutely, I more than willing to go headfirst in and go to battle for those on the team. But for the most part, like I like to be just kind of Bruce Wayne, just stay in his area and just do his own thing. Yeah. Now, like a little background on my neighborhood, you've probably heard about the trash can story where maybe a couple months ago the wind came, blew my trash can. My neighbors to the right thought it was theirs. They took it as their own trash can. And at this point, it is far too late for me to go over there and say, hey, you have my trash can, or switch it out because I feel like now it's officially contaminated with their trash.
Can't you just switch the lids? Like, wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, but I still think it's still an odd thing of like, what if they catch me? That's just like that's the weird thing. That. So the new thing is like where I live, like everybody has like a little patch of grass next to their driveway, like maybe 4 feet across. Like it's nothing to even do anything with, but like that's like your little patch of grass, perfect chewy size. Like every apartment that I've lived in has had a similar setup where it's like there's your driveway, there's your patch of grass. I know this is petty. I know this is small, but it's like just enough to where it's an annoyance, and I don't know how to bring it to my neighbors. Where they've like, if I forget to put the trash out one day, they'll put their trash in front of my little patch, so it like looks like I have more trash than I don't even know an army. It just piles up, and they put it in front of mine. The problem is I don't know my neighbors that well because I leave at like 4 and come back, so I never see them. And I feel like it's such a small thing that if I went over there and knocked on the door, I'm like, can you stop putting your trash in front of my grass?
They'd be that would be. Is it really that big of a deal? Like, that's what they're probably thinking, like, really? And you can't write a note about it either because that seems super passive aggressive. And they're going to be like, what the hell is wrong with our neighbor? It's literally trash in front of like a strip of grass. Why does it matter?
Correct. But so the problem is, so this morning I was like, I'm gonna show them. So I got up early as I do, like 3:30. Yes. And I put my trash out there. Actually, I put out last night first. I put the trash out last night to mark my territory. I got up extra early this morning to make sure I was good to go, and they had just put their trash can next to the trash I put out. So it just looks like I'm the most wasteful dude on the planet.
Man.
And so people must be like, that for being just one dude, he has enough trash to what is he doing wrong? And so here's a dilemma, because like I know there's neighborhoods that have like a Facebook group, so there's like next door. I never want to be a person complaining on one of those apps because I feel like most of the time it's like, what are you really complaining about? But I don't know.
Super petty too.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because I don't want to go over and knock on the door. I don't want to like move the trash. What do I do? I'm asking you, a listener of the show. You maybe gone through something similar. You know me fairly well. Maybe you have advice. You can text 99338 or call 877-995-4681 because I am perplexed. I am baffled. I don't know if they're doing it intentionally, because if they are, brilliant. Like, it's a brilliant thing to do.
I don't think they're doing it intentionally, especially if they're new to the neighborhood. They probably don't understand that that is your strip of grass. They're probably just putting it out of the way so it's not in the driveway. And they may think that like, oh, this is where it goes. Like your trash is there, I'll put my trash there too. So it's easier one-stop shop pickup for the trash. Now, have you, like, I know you have a little strip of grass. When you put your trash out, do you put it as far to the left as possible so that way they know like this is mine, or do you just kind of like put it in the middle? Because if you put it all the way to the left, maybe they'll realize like, oh, he don't want me on his property.
Oh, like edging up to like their line. So it's like, I could start doing that. I usually just put it in the middle. The problem too, I'm gonna be honest, like some people in my neighborhood, I don't know what they do, but their trash will be like a Ziploc bag. And I'm like, am I doing this adult thing wrong? Where like they're for the whole week they have like a Ziploc bag full of trash, and here I am. Me and my neighbor combined, so it looks like I never heard the word recycling in my life. It is. Listen, I know there's a lot bigger. Alone. There's a lot bigger problems in the world. I fully understand that. With this particular one, your boy has no idea what to do, which is why I'm asking for your advice. Yeah, Rose.
There was advice earlier from Frank, I believe. He was saying buy those cheap little fences from the dollar store, like the little tiny ones, and just put it around the perimeter of your little yard there. So that way they know, like, that's mine.
I feel like that's so... Okay. What do I do? 877-995-4681. I know it's petty.
Pathetic.
And listen, of all the things that I have like fought for, this one I'm like, this is for sure the least important one. But
it really is. But it's funny as hell.
It's just enough to be like an 877-995-4681. D in Loudoun counties, you're going through a similar thing with your neighbors.
I am, and you are not alone.
Oh boy! So what do yours do?
So I live in a condo, and
Okay.
we have a similar thing where there's a little patch of rocks. And, you know, I was one of the first ones that lived there, so another neighbor moved in, and I kind of established my little patch where I put my trash can. But the neighbors that moved in, they started putting their trash can on my patch. Now, I don't care that it looks like I have a lot of trash because it's 2 trash cans, but it's hard to get my car in and out of the garage because the trash cans are in the way. Or when the trash, gentlemen come, they just kind of throw the trash cans everywhere.
Sure.
And so I got to park my car, and it's just a whole thing. So, yes, I think it is petty, which is why I am passive-aggressive. I think someone mentioned on the show it might be passive-aggressive to leave a note, but I just end up putting my trash can. If I don't get my trash out first, I put my trash can in front of theirs. So, 1, I can get out, and 2, it's just, I know it's petty. I know it's passive-aggressive, but it's real. It's real.
Well, D, it's one of those things. It's just enough to get, like, where you just go, you can't be that dumb. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you, like, neighbor, like, you know what the deal is.
It can be.
It's just, I understand. Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye. Carissa in West Virginia, good morning.
Morning.
Now, when it says devil's advocate on the screen, I already can tell I'm not going to like it. No, I'm kidding. So what do you want to say about this?
Oh, gosh.
Well, from the garbage man's point of view, it could just be easier. I know when I'm driving behind the garbage man, it's annoying when I have to stop multiple times.
Sure.
So maybe they're just trying to make it easier for them. I mean, I'm the most passive-aggressive, petty person probably in my neighborhood, but it's overridden with the fact that I don't want to interact with my neighbors at all. So I probably let it go, but that's just because I don't like to talk to my neighbors.
So, Carissa, now I have to ask, what's the pettiest thing? What's the pettiest thing you've done to a neighbor or in the neighborhood?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Probably a long time ago when I was less responsible, I may not have picked up my dog poop if they pooped in the neighbor's yard, which is terrible.
Allegedly, right?
So mad, though.
Oh, Carissa, that is... Yeah. Have a great day, Carissa. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, too.
I wouldn't do that. That's certainly petty. Patrick says, make a fake HOA note. That's not a bad idea either.
Ooh, that is a good idea.
Listen, I'll give them a 3-strike policy. They're on strike 2.5.